Yeah, you wish you were this cool. How's it going, everyone? My name is Reather. I thought today I'd just do a little tutorial of sorts on how to use a very, very helpful command, the execute command, which is flipping incredible for map makers and people who generally just want to have fun. So I want to walk you through it. I figured, now that I'm kind of back, I should probably start doing tutorials and stuff, yeah. But we're going to start with this. So first of all, what can we use the execute command for? Well, in this command block right here, I'm executing a particle command, the flame particle, which will appear right here at this command block when I pull that lever. See that? Turn it off, disappears, turn it on, now it's back. Now the thing about a particle command is you can execute it anywhere in the world, at any coordinates, which you can see there, pressing F3, but you cannot execute them with respect to an entity, and that's where the execute command comes in. So what I've got right here is execute at player, so the nearest player. Then we've got a tilde, which basically means no change to x, no change to y, no change to z. So exactly at the player. Particle flame. So the same command we had here, but this time it'll execute it at me, the closest player. When I walk around, it follows me. You can see that right there. Now we can change this up a little. We can say let's execute that 5 blocks in the positive x direction, 1 block in positive y, and 5 in the positive z. And now it appears over there. And it follows us as we move, which is pretty cool. So we're going to turn that off. It's not just players though it works at. It works at other entities too, such as pigs. How you doing over there, Atlas? You doing alright?
Fantastic.
Great. So if we press this lever here for this command, we're going to execute the same command we had over here, but only at entity type equals pig, so only at pigs. So there we go. It's now executing at all the pigs. How cool is that? How's it feel, Atlas?
It burns.
Oh, you need the tan anyway. Now we can do a little bit more than this. As you can see, I have named all of these pigs, Jason, Stevie, and of course Atlas over here. We can add another tag in. So at entity type equals pig, name, name! Yelling it. Name equals Jason. And it now only executes at the pig called Jason. We can change that as well to do Atlas. And it now executes at Atlas. How cool is that? One more thing we can do is say we don't want to execute at every pig. We put in c equals 1, so the closest pig to us, which is Jason over here. Or we could do c equals 2, so the 2 closest pigs to us. And you can keep expanding that number, and of course you don't have to use pigs, you can use any type of entity. Speaking of the c equals 1 tag, we're going to combine 2 execute commands now, so we're going to put an execute command inside another one. And what we're going to do is we're going to execute a command at the player that is an execute command, the same that we had over here. So what this will do is instead of spawning the particle effect at the closest pig to this command block, it's going to spawn the particle effect at the closest pig to the player, which is me. So as I move around, you'll see when I get closer to any specific pig, the flame appears at them. How cool is that? So that's how you can determine, I guess, which entities are closest to players. Of course, again, we can do c equals 2. We can get different combinations of flaming pigs, which I think is pretty awesome. And that's about it for the execute command with respect to players. There is another part of the command, though, a little thing you can add on, called detect. Now, let's say we do execute at player, detect -1 magma 0. That's going to detect at the nearest player the block beneath them, so -1 in the y direction, and determine if it's magma with a data value of 0. So that just means if it's a normal block of magma. So I've got some magma over here, and I'm going to stand on it now. If you see if I walk around it, it's got no effect, but as soon as I jump on top of it, as soon as the block's underneath me, it'll spawn that flame effect directly on top of me. And as soon as I step off, it disappears. Just like that. Now this is all well and good. You would usually have to use a test for command before these were introduced in order to use these. But it does have some limitations. Of course, you can't actually test, for example, the data of an entity. So let's say whether I'm holding a block, for example. There is a way around that, however. You just need to use more command blocks. So the first thing we're doing here is we're gonna use the tag scoreboard function to add a tag called obsidian to any player with a selected item of obsidian. So any player holding obsidian. So I'm going to grab some obsidian out of the chest right here. So I'm now holding this obsidian, and as soon as I pull that lever, it will give me the obsidian tag. What it's then going to do is execute at players only with a tag of obsidian, test whether they have a block of lava beneath them, and then set that block to obsidian. This final command here removes the obsidian tag, so as soon as I stop holding the obsidian, I no longer have this this feature. So if I'm going to hold it now, I'm going to pull this lever, we're going to walk up to the lava, and there you go. Someone's a little obsidian bridge for us. As soon as I let go of the obsidian, nothing happens. Hold on to it again, we start building. So there you go. That's how you combine the data of an entity with their position. One final thing, probably my favourite thing to do with the execute command is the particle effect, as you can already tell. In this case, we're summoning a little rainbow at my feet, so I made a little player trail there. I've also added another feature, which will detect any entity at me within a radius of 5 that is not a player, and then summon some prime TNT. So if I walk up to these guys here, as soon as I get close, they go boom. How good is this? I'm the bringer of death. Kneel before me. Oh, that was fun. So as you can tell, there is an awful lot of crazy stuff you can do with execute commands, and this only touches the surface. There is so much you can do with these, and they are incredible for map makers. So if you wanted to know how to use execute command, if you are thinking of working on a map, or you just wanted to give yourself some awesome coloured trails to make all your friends jealous, well, now you can. I guess that's it for this video. Thank you everyone for watching, and I will see you all again next time. Till then, arrivederci.